Hello, my name is Will Miller, and I'll be your BCIS 1305 Business Computer Applications instructor. We're going to go over the syllabus first of all, and of course you can see my contact information. You can email me anytime at william.miller856 at my.tccd.edu, and my phone number is 817-382-7804. That's actually my Google number, and you'll leave a voice message. It'll go right to my phone, so I'll hear it. I really do like to, whenever we're having an issue with computer systems or with trying to get something to work, I really like it if you leave your phone number so that way I can just call you back and talk to you over the phone over it. Okay, the first thing you need to understand is what the course description is. So the main focus of this course is gaining skills and understanding how information systems are utilized in business. This course incorporates a hands-on approach to learning business applications. This includes word processing, spreadsheets, database, presentation graphics, and business-oriented utilization of the internet. Course prerequisites, well, there are none, and I've had some people that could not keyboard at all do fine in my class. Of course, keyboarding will help, but it's not a prerequisite. The goals and learning outcomes for this course is just they can be found in Blackboard, so try to find your way over there and take a look at them. Notes. Notes are published for you to review. There'll be a tab on the side of Blackboard that says Notes, so make sure you take a look at them. They are me talking on a YouTube video, so just be aware it's just like you were in class, so be aware you're going to need to take notes over this. I will not publish the PDF or the PowerPoint file. I feel like that it's better for you to learn whenever whenever you can hear it, see it, and then write it down. Now, there are some Learn Smart assignments. This is an assignment for a grade opposed to the notes. The notes are not for a grade, but the Learn Smart assignments are for a grade. And again, there'll be a link on Blackboard that you'll need to go into and set this up. Of course, you need to have all your books, and your books will have the log-on information. There's one for each chapter, and these are designed to give you an understanding of information systems. There's also some simulations, and again, there'll be a link on the side to get you into SimNet so that you can go through these simulations. The simulations are, again, Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. And this is like you're working inside the environment, but you're not having to have Word, Excel, PowerPoint loaded up. So it's going to kind of walk you through how to do these problems, and then you're going to go ahead and go through them on your own. So it's going to give you the chance to watch it, and then it's going to give you the chance to watch it while it guides you, and then you need to go ahead and show that you understand how to do it. Whenever you're done with that, it's going to close you out, and it'll tell me that you've done it. It'll automatically put your grades in the gradebook. It's really cool. So projects are done through SimNet as well, but this one you'll actually have to download the assignments. Again, it's over Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint, so you'll download the assignments. It's all via SimNet. Just be aware your starter files need to be your starter files. Don't rely on someone else to give you the starter files. If you do, it's going to show a sharing violation. You don't want that. So just go ahead and download the files, the start files they give you. It's got a tag on there that's embedded in the file that tells me it's yours. So don't try to download anything from the internet or anything like that. I know sometimes that happens, or people are like, I lost my starter files. Don't do that. You'll submit these back through SimNet again for grading. If you start to run any problems, just go to one of the computer labs. They're my favorite one's on Trinity campus at TREF 7201. There's some on the South Campus and Southeast Campus. So just go to your favorite computer lab, and they'll be happy to help you out with these. If there's any hardware or software issues outside of these student labs, I cannot accept it for a reason to turn something in late. So that's why I also highly recommend obtaining cloud storage such as Box, Dropbox, or Google Drive. And this allows you to save those files as you're completing them. That's always a good idea. And if something happens to your computer, you still have the file saved. Also, if you can see that I have a little statement about flash drives. Flash drives, they get corrupted, you lose them. Who knows what'll happen to them. I really would rather you go ahead and just save the files. You don't have to, it's up to you, but I'd rather you save the files in a Box or a Dropbox type thing, or a Google Drive or OneDrive or whatever you like to use. Quizzes, there will be, you'll be given quizzes covering the using information system. So the quizzes are not covering the Office products. It's just covering the text over using information systems. They are timed, and you'll be given an ample amount of time. You'll see that when you log into it. I think it's 30 minutes. So just be aware that it'll stop you at the end of the test, so just or the quiz. The final exam will assess your knowledge of information systems and Microsoft Office. The exams will be stopped at the end of the testing time allotted. All remaining questions will be scored a 0. So you'll actually get 2 tests. You'll get one over information systems and you'll get one over Office. So just be aware of that. And you'll get really good reviews before you get this, and you'll get all the information before any of this happens. So just just be aware that I'm not going to do anything funny on the final exams. It is exactly what you've covered on the quizzes. It's exactly what you've covered on the simulations and projects. So, don't be too apprehensive about it. Do study, and you'll have great reviews to do that. But just be aware that that's not a gotcha. Communication plan. So this is what happens. This is what I want you to try before you contact me. So just first, review the syllabus, the FAQs, and videos I have posted for possible solutions. If it is an academic nature, please just review your text. If it's an academic question related to a project or a simulation, please visit a campus computer laboratory. If you're still unable to obtain a solution, please see me during my office time. And it says after class, however, I don't have some of my classes are online, so just be aware that, if you have an online class, that means you need to email me or call my Google number. Again, computer laboratories, I've already talked to you guys about this. My favorite is the TREF 7201. However, there's, some all around the district. Academic dishonesty, it's pretty obvious. If there's any form of cheating, you'll receive a 0, and disciplinary action may be taken by TCC. I've only had to do that one time, so just please don't cheat. Technical problems, technical difficulties encountered with MyTCC should be reported through the MyTCC help desk. You guys can read that as well as I can say it, so I'm going to just pause here and let you read it. Okay, let's move on. Withdrawal policy. Do not rely on me to drop you from a course. If you need to withdraw from the class, you need to go and do that formally. I've had students want me to drop them out, just to come up and say, I don't plan on showing up again. And there's that drop date, and if they tell me that after the drop date, I can't do anything about it. Even if they tell me that before the drop date, I can't do it until they've missed the number of classes. I just ask, just go and do that, because you don't want, it looks different on the transcripts. Just go and do the formal withdrawal if you're concerned about it. But please talk to me. Go ahead and talk to me before you drop it, because whenever I was in college, I dropped a class that I thought I was doing really poorly in, and the instructor came back and says, why did you do that? You would have had a fine grade. And I was like, well, I wasn't doing well in your class. He goes, nobody was doing well in my class. So come and talk to me and just tell me the situation, or email me or whatever. Leave me your phone number so I can talk to you, over the phone. It works a lot better whenever we do that. Attendance. Attendance is a big deal. We will take attendance, whether it's online or face-to-face, so just be aware of that. After 15% of the class has been missed, I can drop you, and normally around, if it's a face-to-face class, I think it's 7%, 7.5%, normally 2 days of being gone. I'll send a little notice to your counselor and you saying you haven't been in class. There are some reasons for being excused, and those are handled on a case-by-case basis, but primarily those are like death in the family, really super significant stuff, like you've been hospitalized, whatever it is, it's going to have to be documented. Okay, and I hate to ask that, but it's, after seeing some of the stuff I've seen in the last 10 years, I really ask that it be documented. Online course attendance is a little trickier, but you need to realize you're held to that same 15% rule, and it includes turning in assignments on the schedule in a timely manner. So just be aware of that. So if I start looking at the grades and nothing's been turned in, then you're not performing in the class, and that's a problem. Okay, so makeup exams. You'll be given a window of time to complete the final exams. Generally, if you're an online class, you'll have a couple of days to complete that exams. If you're face-to-face, you have to come in on that day. There will not be another day. I won't come back in 2 days later. I normally submit grades right after the final exams close. So that's why it's so important, especially if you're face-to-face. You've got to be there. There's no coming back and redoing or anything like that. I can tell you in 10 years, I've given 0 makeup exams. There is no reason for not making a final exam. Late work. All work must be handed in on or before the due date. No late work will be accepted for any reason. Disability support services. In order to provide accommodations for eligible students, the instructor must receive an instructor notification from the Disability Support Services Office. If you have a disability for which you would like to receive academic accommodations, please contact the Disability Support Service Office. Library services. Tarrant County College provides each campus with an extensive library. Tarrant County College also has a web portal. You guys can read the website address. Advisement services. Tarrant County College provides each campus with academic advisement office. Please visit the link and you guys can type the link in to find out more information. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you're having problems with any aspect of this course during the semester. I know that, I do have a communication plan. However, if you get to that point and you're just completely frustrated, or you start feeling that frustration level rise, please just talk to me. Don't sit there and try to go through all the steps. Just call me, or send me an email and I'll call you back, and just don't hesitate. I have to have a communication plan in place, but I also know as a fellow online course or online student sometimes that, hey, I just don't understand what you're wanting me to do here. Just email me and I'll call you. And I really do like to talk to people over the phone whenever it's an online student, just because then you can hear inflections in the voice and there's no misunderstandings. And I've just found it works better. Finally, well, we're not at the end of the syllabus, but I do want to make this comment. The instructor, that's me, reserves the right to make changes to the syllabus during the course if needed. These aren't normally big changes, but sometimes I've had to make them dealing with just weird little things. So nothing to be too worried about on that. Okay, so grading will be posted on Blackboard within 1 week after the due date. You guys can see how the grading's done. The grade allocation is just your typical, basically 90 to 100, 80 to 90, so forth and so on. 30% comes from the SimNet projects. You'll have 15 of them worth 2% apiece. SimNet simulations, you'll have 15 worth 1 point apiece. And then Connect assignments, that's through the McGraw-Hill. And again, you'll see the tabs on the side to see all these. There's 10 of them. They're 1 point apiece. And there's quizzes. And again, the quizzes are over the chapters as well in the Information Systems book. And there's 10 of them. And there's 2 points apiece. And then, of course, the final exam's worth 25% of your grade. Okay, so you guys can read through and see the textbooks we need. These are I do recommend going ahead and getting the online edition, or at least whatever you do, make sure you have access to the online edition, which means, don't try to use your friend's textbook, because you're going to have to get all the codes that go with it anyway. And, you can, that's fine. It might save you a couple of bucks and you can do that, but just make sure you have those codes. I like having a hardback book to look through, especially on the SimNets. However, the way things have kind of changed a little bit, you don't necessarily need to have the hardback edition anymore. It's kind of nice that way. So, and the McGraw-Hill online stuff, the assignments do a pretty good job of walking you through the text as far as reading it. So that's one reason why we go ahead and have that as an assignment. So, okay, well, that completes the syllabus. Please go ahead and look through the syllabus that I have uploaded, the PDF syllabus. It's more detailed. Also, I'll have uploaded a little schedule for you if you're an online class. Sometimes, these can be 4, 5, 6, and 7 weeks long. Sometimes they're 16 weeks long. So read through any notes that I've made regarding scheduling issues, or, obviously a 4-week course. If we're in a 4-week course, scheduling is going to be a problem. So it's going to be a little different than what I would have if I was in a 7-week course or a 16-week course. Well, good luck, and I look forward to working with you this semester.